Hi everybody, welcome to Crown Confidence. This is my new YouTube channel that I've been telling you guys all about. I'm so excited. Been wanting to do this for a while. This YouTube channel is going to be about my hair loss journey. So those of you that know me well know that I have had a thinning hair for a very long time. When I say very long time, it started in my early 20s. So we're talking 25 plus years of hair loss. My hair was always thinnish, on the thinner side, and that is a genetic thing within my family. But as I got in my 20s, it definitely got worse, progressively worse. So I did go and get a full workup. I do recommend that if you're experiencing hair loss, especially if it's new, but even if it's not new and you've just never really had it addressed or looked into, please, I keep messing with my wig because I just put it on. Please, go to the doctor and get a workup just to make sure that there's something else going on. There's all kinds of things that can cause hair loss. There's autoimmune disorders. There are varying types and degrees of alopecia, which is what I have. I have a form of alopecia. Trauma can cause hair loss, so sometimes it's temporary. Of course, things like chemotherapy and medication therapies can cause it. But please, if you're having it and you don't know what the cause is, at least, run it by your doc just to make sure you covered your bases there. For me, knowing that my hair loss was not going to improve, I had tried things that had been recommended. There is not a ton of stuff for women's hair loss. Minoxidil or Rogaine, tried that stuff. It didn't work. I've tried it many times over the years. And I've been very consistent with it. It just didn't work for me. I was not a candidate for I think it's the rich plasma or platelet injections. I'm having a mind fart, but the PRP injections, not a candidate for that. Looked into hair replacement, where they take the hairs from back here and then they surgically transplant them up here. Well, let me tell you, you're talking a huge financial commitment and no guarantee that it will work. And when I say huge financial commitment, $10,000-$12,000, and that's not guaranteeing that it will take. In fact, the success rates aren't that hot, depending on how long you've had hair loss, and I've had it a long time. So anyways, not going to happen for me. So I wore my hair in ponytails a lot, just tried to do things to mask it, or, hats when I could. But eventually the hair loss got significant enough that I knew that I wanted to do something about it. And I say want to do something about it because it's optional. You certainly can rock your bio hair, your bald head, or whatever you would like. If you feel good about it and it makes you happy and feel joyous and confident, then by all means do that. For me, I am a girly girl. I like makeup, I like clothes, I like shoes, and I like hair. I like fun hairstyles. I like to look pretty, and I like to, be super feminine. So I knew it was something that I at least wanted to see if it was an option and see what wigs would look like and how that would look. I had no experience with wigs. All I knew about wigs was what I had seen on television, or the few patients that I had had. I'm a nurse, so the few patients that I had had wigs, but none of them looked like this. And so I just didn't have, not that this one looks great. I literally just threw this thing on and didn't do much with it, but I had no experience. So I went to the wig store, and I do encourage you to go to an actual physical wig store. You can buy wigs online, but I do not recommend it right out of the gate. You need to know what works well for you, what feels good, what the color, the fit, the texture of the hair, the length of the hair, and go to a hair salon, or I'm sorry, a wig store for your hair type. So don't just Google wig store, because if you're a Caucasian woman and you go to a hair store or a wig store that is more geared towards African American hair, or African American wigs, obviously that's not going to work for you, or vice versa. So do your research and find a hair place that does sell wigs for women like yourself. Sorry. And I was around cats yesterday, and ever since, my allergies are just all over the place. But go to a wig store where you can feel it. So that's what I did. And they came out and they had what was called a topper. Now, I had never heard of a topper, did not know what a topper was, but it was an 8x8 base, and it had human hair. It was a human hair topper. So I had human hair sewn into it and growing from it, just like a wig, but only an 8x8 wig, right? And it has clips around it instead of elastic. And so it sat right up here on my head like this. And we clipped it all in, and we kind of blended my hair, you know, into the front to make it look more natural. And it changed my life, man. It was just such a confidence booster. I felt normal for the first time in a very, very, very long time. And the human hair topper I got was about the length of this one, probably about the color of this one. It was straight, or it was styled straight. Human hair can be styled, you know, just like your hair. So you can curl it, straighten it, whatever you want to do to it, color it, so forth and so on. So that's kind of what started it. Now that my hair loss has gotten worse, it is getting larger. So the toppers are just not going to cut it anymore, because where the topper stops, I still have hair loss. So if the wind blows and the hair separates, you see my bio hair, or you see my scalp, depending on the situation. So I wanted to do this YouTube channel sort of now, because I have learned a lot about helper hair, about wigs, about how to care for them, how to make them more natural, how to treat them, how to style them, how to choose them, all those kind of things. But I'm still learning. I've only been actually wearing wigs for about 6 months, and I still am wearing toppers. I will wear my toppers probably until they've kind of ran their course. Those type of things have a lifespan to them, as you can imagine. Hair falls out, breaks down into integrity, depending on if it's human hair or synthetic. And again, that's something that if you're not familiar with, we'll get into later. But I will wear my toppers probably until they run their course. But after that, I probably will not be purchasing any more toppers, just because I'm at a point where I really need to wear the full coverage. So anyways, I wanted to just throw this on here to get it to you guys that were interested in following this and seeing a little bit about my hair journey. I'll be doing some wig reviews. I'll be showing how to wash and care for them, how to style them. I'll talk a little bit about this one since I have it on. This one is Emma by Envy. I purchased this one through a website online, just because I do have a little bit of experience with wigs now, and so I kind of know what I like. This actually is not necessarily my most favorite wig, and this is pretty much right out of the box. I haven't done a lot with this one yet, but it is a human hair synthetic blend by Envy, so it is 70% synthetic hair, 30% human hair. So that gives it a little bit more of a natural appearance in the sheen. So, and especially with this ring light, it looks pretty shiny. And also this one is pretty new, but the shininess does lessen with time. And there's other tricks you can do too that will help with that. And of course, I'll explain those more in my future videos. But I like this one. It's called Sparkling Champagne is the color. I like the dark root. This one has a lace front, which that is mostly all I use. So you can see here with the lace front right here, and then the hair that's coming out. Now, this one, to make this look more realistic, I will go through and I will pluck a lot of hair from along this hairline, because no one has a straight, perfect hairline like that, and that full and thick, right at the front. So I will do that, and I will also pluck along this part to make the part a little wider so that you can see more of the monofilament. That's called a monofilament top that you're seeing through there. And I'll talk more about cap construction and stuff. But that looks like my scalp, or at least closer to my scalp, especially from a distance. So I will pluck that to make it a little bit more realistic. But anyways, that's a little bit about this particular piece. I do not wear anything underneath my wigs. A lot of people wear wig grips, and I do own wig grips. I do wear them sometimes, depending on the wig. If it's a looser fitting wig, I will wear it, or depending on what circumstance I'm going into, because you put a wig grip under a wig and that sucker is not going to move. It's just the way that the fabric is. It's this like velvety fabric, and anyways, it will keep in place, but I find them to be a little hot, just a little squeezy on my head, so I don't love it. So I don't wear anything under them for the most part, and they stay on great. I mean, this thing is not, it's not going anywhere, you know? So, yeah, so I don't usually wear anything under them, but I'm going to show you my biological hair, because a lot of people have asked me. They don't understand what's going on with my hair, because it looks different all the time, they say. And that's because I'm changing it. I'm either wearing a topper or a wig. But anyways, I'm going to show you my hair, and it is a mess. So I will start with that. It has not been done anything with today. I am off today. And so I have just had it kind of in a ponytail. Now I do keep it longer still, and that is because I still am wearing toppers. So if it was, obviously it is all frizzadelic right now, but if it was washed and everything, you know, I would wear it and you would see my hair. Now it was colored, it's been colored some time ago, so you can see my natural color here is about down to there, as you can see where the coloring starts. But my natural color is this sort of like light brown ashy color, a very ashy brown, and you know, there's obviously gray hair in there now as I've gotten older. But that's what my biological hair looks like. It is very thin, as you can see, all through the top, profoundly thin here, and then, you know, here at the temples as well. The sides and the back are actually pretty thick. I say thick, there's a lot of it. The hairs themselves are very fine, but there's quite a bit of hair along the side and the back. So I don't want to get rid of all the hair. The hair, buzzing it though would probably make it easier underneath the wigs, just keeping it kind of short. But for now, I just put it in a ponytail, and the ponytail is so small that I can just pin it down with a bobby pin and then throw my hair on. If it's a wig, or if it's a topper, I just clip it on. So anyways, that is the introduction to my channel. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I have nothing to hide. I am an open book. I do not get embarrassed about it. To me, it's just like women who wear Spanx underneath their dresses, or people who whiten their teeth, or get Botox or boob jobs or whatever. You know, we all do things to make us feel more appealing and pretty. And if that brings you joy, I think that it's fine. So I love wigs. I think that they're wonderful. I think lots of women should be able to enjoy them. So if you have any questions, reach out, and stay tuned for the next video on Current Condoms. Bye bye.